No one can break you if you decide to be intact, no matter your situation, no matter what life throws at you. If you tell yourself, I will stand and I will not be discouraged, I will not be broken, definitely it is what you tell yourself that will stand. It doesn't matter how long the struggle has been, but one day everything comes to an end and everybody smiles. That is the situation of the disability community in Nigeria. For so long, this set of persons cried for a commission where they can have the opportunity to express themselves and have a covering. And finally, Mr. President gave them this opportunity, and the establishment of the National Commission for Persons with Disability under the leadership of Mr. James David Lalu as the executive secretary have finally erased the fears of this set of persons, telling them that right now they can actually build back better. Yes, the theme of 2020 International Day for Persons with Disability, which is building back better towards an inclusive, accessible, and sustainable post COVID-19 world. It's a confirmation that everything is going to be fine. And so the National Commission for Persons with Disability brought together the disability community under one umbrella to celebrate the 2020 International Day for Persons with Disability. It was a wonderful moment for this set of persons. In attendance was the representative of the Honorable Minister. They call her the Mother of Disability. Also, Mr. Garba Shehu was there. And not leaving out the Executive Secretary, National Commission for Persons with Disability, Mr. David James Lalu. He was there with all his executives. It was a wonderful time. Don't go away. If you missed out, we are bringing everything to your doorstep, on against all odds. My name is Doshima Pius Ikerefe. We will be back very shortly. Don't go away.
This is Against All Odds.
I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. When the sharpest words want to cut me down, I'm gonna sand the flood, I'm gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching out to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me.
The International Day of Persons with Disabilities is annually observed on the 3rd of December to promote the full and equal participation of persons with disabilities and to take action for their inclusion in all aspects of society and development.
Worthy of note also is the fact that local and national political campaigns do not incorporate the disability voice. People living with disability still encounter architectural, attitudinal, and technological barriers when exercising their voting rights. No sign language interpreter, no braille or sign ramps. There are inaccessible voting machines. I stand with the disabled community to recommend that all this be looked into and be corrected as a matter of importance.
The theme for this year's International Day of Persons with Disabilities is building back better toward a disability inclusive, accessible, and sustainable post-COVID-19 world.
The building back, for me, I believe it's making the world a very inclusive place where, in terms of all the exclusiveness that happened during the time of the COVID-19, now, as we're building back, we try to be inclusive in all we do. In building a post-COVID-19 world, an inclusive post-COVID-19 world, all the barriers, all the accessibility barriers in terms of hospitals, accessibility barriers in terms of interpretation, sign language interpretation, and every other barrier that prevented persons with disabilities from knowing what was happening then and put them at greater risk of the disease. All these barriers are removed during the Building Back project.
In times of pandemic or disaster, most of the persons with disability are the last to be remembered and the first to be forgotten. You can imagine how deaf, for example, you know what is happening if they are not lettered. They cannot read or write. They don't know anything about coronavirus. Or well, what is happening, like the notice, shooting happening, you can't hear. The blind can't run how, on wheelchair how. So we have to build back better and put them into constitution. Inclusion of persons with disability in everything that the government is planning. So that
building back better means that as government is beginning to think of intervention post-COVID-19, in your local government, in your community, what is your contribution to see that we are at the decision-making table, to see that we are at the design stage, to see that we are not recipients, just recipients, but we are also contributing to the holistic of building back Nigeria. Keep your ears to the ground, open your eyes very well, and if you hear anywhere there's an intervention ongoing, look at to see that if disability is incorporated. And if it's not incorporated, it is your responsibility to hold government to account or to tell government that you are here. That is the essence of the celebration. Celebration is to awaken our consciousness and raise awareness amongst ourselves to show that we need to engage this time constructively and better.
With James Lalu at the helm, the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities organized an event, indeed, a first of its kind.
We have never had it like this before. We have never had the Disability Commission before, and this is the first time the Disability Commission was inaugurated in August this year. And in this December, we are celebrating the first of its kind, Disabled Day celebration, having a commission, and the executive secretary is here with us, Mr. James Lalu.
Well, it is very unique in the sense that Nigerians with disability are celebrating the new, national commission for us in this country, and I think that is what makes it more unique. And also, so many developments has come up. The president has appointed so many of our members as to advise him. The Minister of Humanitarian Affairs has done, the Honorable Speaker has done, and many governors. That's to tell you people with disability have every cause to celebrate this day.
This year event is awesome because the pandemic that ravaged the world has really taken a lot away from persons with disabilities. So building back is a sort of restructuring back what has been destroyed. And everybody today was informed of the way forward to try to form a synergy and via empowerment to gather back what we've lost as a result of the COVID.
Today is a good day for us to celebrate. I recall clearly that exactly this day last year, 2019, at the event held at Rockville, the country director himself threw a challenge publicly to the minister. And that challenge was pretty simple. He said, in 2020, Honorable Minister, the greatest joy is to have the executive secretary of the Disability Commission appointed and seated by your side. I think today that has become a dream come true, and I think we should clap for ourselves for having that becoming a reality.
The ministry, in congratulating the commission and also felicitating with you today, that being International Day of Persons with Disability, we wish you very well. And the ministry, you will be the last of the event the ministry is going to mark. So we are handing over the baton over to you, the commission, and we pray that you support the commission to stand. All the needs, all the clamoring, all the aspirations, all the struggle for 18 years eventually materialized last year. And today, by this year, a few months ago, it came, the board was put in place. And to crown it up, this is the first event. I don't want to say much. I just want to say I'm very happy. And on behalf of the minister and on behalf of the ministry, we wish you so well. And we support all you are doing. We will so support all you are doing to ensure that issues of persons with disability is mainstream to all sectors of development. We are here to work with you. We cannot compete with what we set up. There's no way. So you have your free ground, you have full space, you have all opportunity to do all you will do for the betterment of the persons with disability.
The Executive Secretary, on behalf of the disability community, commended the federal government for the passage of disability laws and the establishment of the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities, and nomination of members of the board of the commission.
To us in the disability community, we have never had a so good present dispensation as what our president has done. We mark this day today. We come together as a very beautiful interaction between all of us. Here is our lunch here later. All of us will have a lunch to enjoy ourselves. Sincerely speaking, the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities was established. Government has been made. Our board members, members of the council, are expected to be screened on Monday. And as soon as they are screened, everything will take off properly. Directors have already been posted to the commission. We are expecting the commission to start proper operations from January next year, when the 2021 budget will be in proper operation. May I call on all of us today to now stand up immediately, join our head together to appreciate the president.
There was lots to eat and drink. Also, people with disabilities were given the opportunity to display their God-given talents.
And a mission without a vision is making it useless without a mission, even with the constructions of station. Oh no.
We had awards presented to the British High Commission for their unending help towards the disability community.
We remain appreciative to it and we recognize it. Thank you. Thank you.
We also also had an award presented to the Executive Secretary, National Commission for Persons with Disability, Mr. James Lalu, by the Nigerian National Association of the Deaf to recognize his good works so far.
Congratulations to Honorable James Lalu on your appointment as the Executive Secretary of the National Commission for Persons with Disability. We wish you successful tenure in office this day, 3rd December 2020. Congratulations, sir.
To spice up the event was a drama piece organized by the Abilities Development Initiatives led by Mr. Ezekiel.
Life is meant to be lived by the living. But here I am, a living. I have lived this life in so much pain that almost equals to death. Yes. The society in which we live in makes this life so challenging, hard and frustrating for persons living with disability. But despite the myriad of the artificially erected daunting challenges posed on persons with disability by the society, this life must still be lived.
Yes! Yes, so now watch whether they like it or not. Them no rich.
Them no rich.
I'm a person with a different ability, but the society fails to recognize and honor my worth. I should be able to claim my rights. I should be able to decide on my life, have free access to information. But no. The society don't recognize equality. God. Oh God. I need justice.
Weep no more, my dear.
How are you?
For crying, weeping may endure for a moment, but joy shall come in the morning. You seek justice, and we are here to ensure that you get that justice.
Yes.
For we are the voices in the desert, crying, and we shall know no rest until our voices are heard. Aluta continua.
Victoria ascertained.
With biased airlines, whose entrenched, misguided prejudices against persons with disability will not let things to work as they're supposed to be. Poorer health outcomes, lower education achievement, less economic participation, and high rates of poverty can be more traceable to persons with disability than they can to persons without disability. WHO says 15% of the world population has disability.
Facts and figures.
According to the National Population Commission, there are about 19 million Nigerians with disability.
Tell them.
But you see, here in Nigeria, fewer than 1 in 5 of their adults can still to be employed. Others either refuse the job or deny final interview. What a shame.
As a matter of fact, a person's life is a combination of different sides and not just how we see them in isolated environments.
You're right.
A person with disability is first and foremost a human being with desires, talents, skills, and lots of just like everyone else. Therefore, the issue of discrimination, marginalization, and all other tainted issues against people with disability must be brought to an abrupt end.
Yes.
It must be brought to an end.
Disability can happen to anyone,
Yes.
anywhere, and at any time. No one ever bargains for it.
Anyway, as e dey hot. Me, I get 2 kobo contribution on security matter. For this matter wey we dey parole for here so. Many of our counterparts out there have been falsely accused and jailed for crimes they know nothing about. Yes. This can be mitigated if the government make deliberate effort to frequently organize training for our security agents on disability and false accusation. You, it shock you? This thing I no go know am. See, you are a cat, but you have the eyes of a goat. Anyway, it go also make sense to promote social inclusion by incorporating disability studies in the curriculum at all levels and having all the learners, both those with disabilities and those without disabilities, learn side by side. That way, dem go dey appreciate the gifts and talents that each of them carry waka come as individual entities. My people, yes, no be so. Not so. Furthermore, yes, make healthcare dey comprehensive, thorough and accessible by everybody, including us. Yes, now. With access to health insurance, sexual and reproductive health care, and specialized health care. Finally, yes, make employment for people with disabilities, both into formal and informal sectors, comes with tax waivers and other incentives.
The drama, Shades of Ability, tried to portray the inherent abilities in people living with disability and how the society sees us. I don't know if you get me. Now, the society thinks when you have disability, there is nothing good in you. Or when you have disability, you are supposed to be an object of discrimination, in fact, you're supposed to be a victim. But that's taking advantage of one's vulnerability. So this drama is one of the medium for projecting that message of inclusiveness.
Many describe the event as a welcome development, which will give confidence and encouragement to people with disabilities and provide a platform to network and share ideas for monumental growth in many fields of endeavor.
We have come into a new era. The era of post-COVID-19 is an era of its own, that people do not even know where to go and what to do. But now that we think that it is over, it is a time for us all to build back an inclusive society where in fact, all persons with disability will be included in the scheme of things in the society.
Government need to do more in terms of protecting people with disability. And also ourselves, we have to be careful because the COVID-19 is real. We also have to be protective.
As we build back better, I hope the Commission will take it as part of its priority in developing a database for persons with disability. We think this will be helpful to both the Commission, to both government, and to both persons with disability. At least we can have a disability card that makes us take some benefits in the society.
Once settled in the office, we have a staff, different departments. We ensure that inclusion reach the grassroots. No one will be left behind.
As you have seen, the theme for today is building back better. When you look around here, throughout this COVID-19 period, people have remained very, very vulnerable in that period. Persons with disabilities have suffered a lot, especially during lockdowns. This COVID-19 has been able to expose a lot of challenges facing the disability community. And the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities establishment now is trying to look into all of these challenges that are associated with disability in Nigeria.
This is Against All Odds.
Well, indeed, the event ended on a light note. Yes, everybody was happy. It is with hope. Indeed, the event ended on a light note with so much hope, building back better towards an inclusive, accessible, and sustainable post-COVID-19 world. It is a world of hope for persons with disability, and this is just the beginning for them. For there is so much more to come. They will definitely be included in everything that has to do with them, mainstreaming and all that. Thank you for staying with us on Against All Odds. We will do this again next week, same time, same station. My name remains Doshima Pius Ikerevi. Always keep a date with us. Thank you.
This is a call for you and I, and for all of us, to empower ourselves and others, realizing that our voices can make a difference and the change that we're looking for. Join forces with us. Arise and let's keep speaking until that change we're looking for comes. And we have a truly inclusive society where everybody, I mean everyone, can be appreciated for who he or she truly is.
Yes!